Hello and welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we are going to have a look at a principle of operation of an air brake system. Right here we have a component of the air brake system laid out, including the tractor brake system. This is the tractor brake system, and right here we have the trailer brake system. Now when we look at the main components, right here we have the pressure regulator. Pressure regulator will be receiving compressed air from the compressor, which is engine driven, and then it will regulate the pressure that is being fed to the system. So right here we have the regulator. The regulator on some vehicles will have an air dryer function. On some vehicles we have a tire inflation accessory as well. So that is the pressure regulator. And then from the pressure regulator it will be supplied to the four-way circuit protection valve. The four-way circuit protection valve will distribute the compressed air. As you can see, there is one line coming into the system, and then it gets distributed to the different system. For example, it gets distributed to the different tankers. Right here we have reservoirs, and then it will also distribute to the parking brake system as well. And there is also a line going to the trailer that will use to fill the trailer system as well. So the four-way circuit protection valve will distribute the incoming air, and it will also make sure that if there is one system is failing, if one circuit is leaking, for example, the remaining circuits will be protected and operate at a lower pressure. So that is the duty of the four-way circuit protection valve. It will protect the remaining circuit if there is a leakage or a failure in one of the circuits. Then compressed air from the four-way circuit protection valve will be supplied to the reservoirs. Reservoirs are there to make ready available air for braking. And then from the reservoirs, as you can see, it will get supplied to the service brake valve. For example, right here we have the foot valve. And when the brake chamber is when the brake pedal is depressed, it will supply air to the brake chamber. We have a front brake chamber right here, and we have a rear brake chamber right here. This one is actually a combination chamber where we have a parking brake and a service brake indicated in blue color. So every time the pedal is depressed, pressurized air from the tankers through this red line will be supplied to the brake chamber at the front and the brake chamber at the rear, and that will apply brake. And right there we have a parking brake system. We have the hand brake valve. The parking brake valve is there to actuate a parking brake mechanism inside the combination chamber at the rear. So when that is activated, we have a parking brake application at the rear. We'll see the detailed operation of principle of operation when we go in depth onto the combination chamber and hand brake valve operation as well. We have a little tiny reservoir for the parking brake system as well, and that is how it will get supplied with air. The other component is right here. We have a trailer control valve. The trailer control valve is basically there to command air brake onto the trailer by receiving signal from the tractor. So every time brake is applied, it will get signal from the service brake valve and the parking brake valve, and it will signal the trailer relay emergency valve to apply pressure. So whenever there is a compressed air coming out of the trailer control valve through this line, whenever there is air coming through this line, the relay emergency valve will command compressed air to be taken from the reservoir of the trailer and then pass through the load sensing valve and get supplied to the brake chamber of the trailer. So that is the principle of operation. The relay emergency valve, when there is no pressure coming from the trailer control valve, it will connect this line, a filling line from the tractor to the trailer. So to the trailer tanker, the tanker will be filled. If there is command coming from the trailer control valve on this side, the relay emergency valve will disconnect this line, the filling line, and it will connect line coming from this trailer tanker and then supply to the brake chamber. When there is no command coming from the trailer control valve through this line, the relay emergency valve will connect this line to the red line, causing the air tank of the trailer to be filled. So this is basically the principle of operation. And right here we have the load sensing valve. The load sensing valve will sense the load of the vehicle. Usually it is mounted on the rear axle, and when the rear axle is loaded, we need extra amount of compressed air to be supplied to the brake chamber. When it is lightly loaded, however, there is only required, the amount of air that is required will reduce. So by sensing the load sensing valve will vary the amount of air to be supplied to the brake chamber of the trailer. When you look right here, there is a coupling couplings are there in order to connect the trailer to the tractor. It can get disconnected like so. As you can see, there is a check valve, a one-way valve that will be activated when this is connected. And then there is a locking mechanism. There is a latch. The latch will hold on to the entire assembly. That way it will not be disconnected when the vehicle is traveling. So in order to engage this, it has to be a pressure fit. As you can see, there is a rubbing surface, a sliding surface. You have to press it down so that it can perfectly engage. And then once it is matching, you can simply push this down and insert it in such a fashion. And once it is in place, make sure that it is locked. That way you can ensure continuous connection between the trailer and the tractor air supply. So we have one valve coupling for the filling line, and we have another coming from the trailer control valve that is actually used to actuate the brake system of the trailer. So whenever you are planning to disconnect the trailer, all you have to do is you disconnect these two couplings, and those couplings will get disconnected and the trailer can be separated from the tractor. Every time you install this, there is a color identifying which line goes where. You should not be interchanging this line to the lower line. So this should not be connected to the filling line, and this one should not be connected to the trailer control valve. In order to differentiate that, there is actually color indication. Right here we have a red color. A red color was initially there on this line, and for the lower line, there is another color, and it was actually yellow color right here. There was a yellow color, yellow coupling, and that will tell you which coupling has to be connected to where. So basically, that is how it is getting connected. And when it comes to the principle of operation of the brake, from the brake chamber, here we have a diaphragm actuated brake chamber. When compressed air is supplied to the brake chamber, there is a diaphragm. That diaphragm will be pushed due to the compressed air, and that will actuate this linkage. The lever is there, and that linkage will activate an S cam. Right here we have a cam that is going to actuate the brake system. So it will finally activate this red cam. On some vehicles, it is an S-shaped cam. We call it S cam. On this, it is just a normal cam. So when this cam is tilting, it will force the brake shoes, extending them outward towards the drum. So that will make the brake to be applied. So this is basically how wheels are activated. There is an air chamber right here. When pressurized air is there, it will push this assembly. When this assembly is pushed, it will move this cam. When compressed air is removed, however, there is a return spring that will return the diaphragm assembly, and that will disengage the brake application. So this is basically how brake is applied in every tire. In the front, in the tractor, and in the rear tire, in the trailer tire as well. This is basically how it is done. And there is an adjustment right here. You can adjust the slack. You can adjust the clearance based on the wear extent on the brake shoe, and on the cam assembly itself. You can adjust the length of this assembly. So that is how brake clearance is adjusted as well. So this is basically the principle of operation, and the load sensing valve will actually get mounted on the trailer, or it can also be mounted on the tractor as well. So basically this is the general overview of the principle of operation of the air brake system. In our next video, we will go deep into the different components of the air brake system. So if you want to understand how the air brake system is controlled, how the systems are connected, and the principle of operation of every component, stay tuned and follow the entire series of this air brake principle of operation video as well.